But don't you think OKC was kind of an anomaly winning as the youngest team to ever win?
Yeah, they won before they were supposed to, but this is the first year their window was actually open. That's why they traded Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso, right? They traded a super young player for a veteran. They also opened up some space for Isaiah Hartenstein, who's also in his prime and also like older. I think he's like 29, 28, 29.
Yeah.
So those two guys are in their prime. Now, as Shea is stepping into his prime, J Dub is now morphing into his prime. Now you have enough. The crazy thing about OKC is their window just opened. You're not supposed to win the first year your fucking window opens. That's really rare.
Yeah.
But they
100%.
did win the first year the window opened. So now the question is, could they double up, triple? Could they three-peat? Because they're going to be better next year.
You
Kopich
think
makes them
Oklahoma
better.
City gonna be better next year?
100% they're going to be better. They're over under right now. It's
What about but
63 and a
other
half.
teams?
They should
Other teams getting
clear.
better too, though, and healthier.
They're healthier. Like, I think the Thunder are deeper, man. Who on the Thunder is going to be worse this year than they were last year? The Thunder already missed half a season of Chet, half a season of Isaiah Hartenstein.
I would agree with that.
So if they even get those guys for 3/4 of a season, they're already healthier. Plus, they got better depth. Plus, their young players got better. Shea's going to get better. J Dub's going to get better. Russo is one more year continuity. Plus, they got the benefit of continuity. They already have the high of defending their championship. I think they might clear 70 wins, man. They might. Like, they could. 65,
That's hard. That's
66.
gonna be hard. The West just got so much better. The West was already tough, and now it got so much better. That's gonna be hard to clear 70 wins. Like Minnesota's gonna be a better team. Houston's obviously gonna be a better team, like a way better team.
Houston will be better.
Denver, I don't
Why
know if
is
they'll be.
Minnesota better?
I think just getting a 2 years with Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, I think them having them 2 years together is gonna just like they started off very rough last year. I don't
Right.
see that starting off rough again, for another 30 games. Would it took them 30, 40 games to get regular?
Right.
The groove that they had
But
leaving the playoffs?
But Randall's a perfect example of what I'm talking about with Siakam because, like, if you study the charts of NBA progressions, there ain't a lot of players who are better at 30 than they were at 27. There are some, very rare. DeMar DeRozan, Paul Pierce, these guys age like fine wine. I don't know how Julius Randle's going to age. He probably ages fine, but I don't think you have a
He's
super
starting to
long
shoot the
window
ball
with
a lot
those
better.
two. I mean, yeah, players can develop. Like KD is an example. I think there's certain players whose game lend themselves to like getting better, but most players are way worse at 31 than they are at 26. In fact,
You know what's so crazy is I was at dinner with Dorian Finney-Smith, right?
okay,
And we were talking about like I asked him about, Julius Randle. He was just like, bro, it was easier guarding Julius Randle, a few years ago. It was like, last year, like, man, all he would do was just use his strength, use his strength. He was like, this year, he was like, this year, he got skill. You know what I mean? He got skill, like to where it's not just all about strength anymore. It's more so about feel for the game. He can shoot it. He got more moves. He changed the way he do some things. My best friend used to work out with him in Dallas at Sanders Fit.
uh-huh,
Before they started their workout, he would run a mile every time. Before they start the workout, they would run a mile. And I think they would finish with it. And Julius Randle was working out like 4 times a day. He would work at like 5 a.m.
right.
He would go lift, go to the gym. He was doing. So I'm not surprised with the season that he had because I remember him in the gym, like locking in and working. That's why all year when, everybody on the panel was saying he was trash, that's why I was the main one saying, no, he not trash. Like,
Huh.
so I just feel like him going to another year with Anthony Edwards, where I feel like he could be comfortable. They gave him an extension too, meaning they believe in him for right now. You know how the NBA goes though, but they believe in him. He wanted that extension that they wasn't gonna give him in New York. I feel like he can turn it around, especially if he improved more as a playmaker too.
What about Gobert?